Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon Island discussion video. And today, people, is going to be the last one. We're going to be going over the Pokemon that you can capture on Poni Island. And if you guys don't know where Poni Island is, that's where you can catch Tapu Fini. I decided to do this. Because it's the last one. I decided to do this by myself because it's the fact that it's a very, very, very small island at that point. Because if you look at all the Pokemon that you see on the screen, it's like that's something you can catch, and I feel really bad, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. But like I said, if you guys are enjoying these videos, be sure to give it a thumbs up. We have a week until Sun and Moon, so I'm very fucking hyped. Let's get straight into it. So we're actually gonna start off with the Oricorio. We have Murkrow, Honchkrow, Emolga, Snubbull, Granbull, Riolu, Lucario, Scyther, Scizor. We have Shellos. We have Gastrodon, Carvanha, Sharpedo, Relicanth. That anchor Pokemon, that anchor ghost Pokemon. Then we have Lapras. We have Wailmer, Wailord, Aerodactyl, Execute, Executor, Alolan Executor, Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite. Then we have Jangmo-o. Hold on, Jangmo-o, Como-o, and then I think the last, I forgot the last one. And then we have Tapu Fini. Now, in total, there are only 100 Pokemon, and there's, what is it, 72 repeats. 22 pre-gens, 5 7th-gen Pokemon. So this right here, this really isn't anything. Like, these are the Pokemon that are new to this island, and then the 72 repeats are pretty much a good amount of Pokemon from the previous islands that we've yet to know about. But these are like the new Pokemon that are going to be introduced on this island by itself. And if you can see right here, they got the big ass pillar with the legendaries are probably going to be at. They have the battle tree in the back. They have the pier right there. And honestly, I really don't know how to just, because this seems like this island is like has so much to it that it's just really wild to see that there are like 72 Pokemon that are repeats from the other islands. Then you have 22 pre-gen Pokemon, 5 7th-gen Pokemon, and then one Alolan form, which is Alolan Executor. You think that they would announce it? They put it like somewhere in the early or mid game. At the same time, I don't know what to expect out of these games at all. Another one I actually noticed was the fact that Jangmo is on this island also, and he's supposed to be the pseudo legendary, and you don't get him till like late in the game. You get him and Dratini in like the last island, and I mean, for story purposes, I'm pretty sure the battle tree will be off limits, obviously. I just feel like this entire island is just going to be yours for the legendary encounter. And it's just very weird to see that all these new Pokemon and all these, there's not a lot of new Pokemon at all besides Jangmo and Alolan Executor and then the Oricorio and then obviously Tapu Fini. It's just, I mean, that shipwreck anchor Pokemon, I mean, I don't know. For me, it's one of those things. I'm not really mad about the fact that there aren't that many Pokemon to be new. I mean, I'm pretty sure we already had that in our heads about the fact that there are going to be a lot of repeats on these islands, which is very, I mean, at the same time, it's like, how do we know how many new Pokemon there are in the first place? Because remember, there was that one rumor going around where people were like, oh, the Dex leak is incomplete and shit like that. And I mean, I understand that, but like, other than that, other than a few total Pokemon, what else could there be? And if there are there's like 800 and something Pokemon, and then take the 720 something that we already have, there really isn't that much Pokemon. There really isn't that much Pokemon to begin with now. Overall, though, I will say though that doing these videos like very, I hope these videos like actually like gave people some time and what they want to like do with the Pokemon. Because of course, you know, some Pokemon you get early game, some Pokemon you get later in the game, and you know, if you want to build that perfect team for the playthrough, you're obviously going to go with whatever you saw or whatever you're most excited for. I know for me personally, I've already done my Pokemon Sun and Moon team. You should go check that video out. I definitely talked about the fact that a lot of the Pokemon that we're looking for, a lot of Pokemon that we're wanting to catch are not going to be in the main game, like the early game. They're going to be like a lot of middle towards the end campaign Pokemon that we're going to be able to catch. And I mean, with all the story that's gonna go, like I said, I feel like these islands are gonna be split up into sections. Besides Island 4, I feel like the first one is gonna be split up into like 2 sections where like that's where you explore, then you leave. Meli Meli's gonna go, and then after that, it's going to be Akala. After you go to Akala, you're gonna go to Ulaula, and then after Ulaula is Poni. And I feel like that's gonna be the order that we're gonna be going into the games. And like I said, you gotta go back and forth. So maybe Meli Meli, Akala, then go back to Meli Meli to go explore the second half of Meli Meli. And then after that, you go back to Akala. You do whatever shit you gotta do in Akala. Then you go down to Ulaula, and then somewhere like mid Ulaula, you have to go to the Aether Foundation. Stop them really quick. Then go right back to Ulaula. Or maybe you go to the Aether Foundation and go to Poni, do the legendary event, and then after that you finish up Ulaula, because at the top of Ulaula there is the Pokemon League, or yeah, there's the Pokemon League that's being constructed or whatever. This map now that I guess now that we know what Pokemon you can capture, now that we know what Pokemon you can see, where all this important stuff is supposed to happen, it gives us like a little sense of like order. You know, like what's gonna happen, like the little sequence of events, you know. And pretty much that's what I'm going on, because if you look at it, if you look at the map, Ulaula is the biggest island on the map. Poni isn't. Poni is Poni's where the legendary is gonna be. A lot of like random repetition Pokemon are gonna be. That's where the battle tree is gonna be, because if you look in the back of the legendary monument, there's the battle tree, or there is a tree. And then there's like a little small island to the bottom-ish of it. But then it's like Ulaula's like the biggest island. So somewhere like half, maybe like somewhat like kind of like in between the like beginning and like half mark of Ulaula, you'll have to go to the Aether Foundation, because there are a lot of piers, a lot of piers on this entire in this entire region, and I wouldn't count it out. But back to Poni, I feel like Poni is definitely what surprises me is the fact that on none of these islands, or none of these lists does it show the legendary encounters. I'm pretty sure that's just because of spoils or whatever. I mean, honestly, I kind of don't want to spoil it, but if you guys remember the little couple trailers that we got a while back, it showed Ulaula and Solgaleo behind that big triangle pyramid roaring or some shit. And granted, you know, that could just be a demo, it could just be like a demo trailer thing, but it doesn't make any sense, because when you have the legendary, you'd expect it to be like a legendary in its right. And if you remember, there was the Solgaleo footage that had him in the desert, and over there on Poni Island there is a desert like area, but then also on Ulaula there is also a desert region, mountain area, which I'm pretty sure that's not even that's not even relevant to anywhere where the legendaries have to be, you know. So I feel like Poni Island is definitely where we're going to be able to encounter the legendary Pokemon, where the event for all this shit's gonna happen. I feel like they're going to end up fighting the Ultra Beast. That's a whole different topic in itself. I don't know. I wish that this list, or I wish Philly, the guy that actually data mined this and locations or whatever, I wish he would have actually provided the actual repeat Pokemon, so we know which Pokemon that we could take from each of the islands and add them onto this list, because it would just make sense to have all of them on there and not just the new Pokemon that they introduced. And especially, I mean, it kind of does suck. It really does fucking suck, because it's like I kind of wanted to have Jangmo come on my team, but then it's like now you have him up here with like Shellos, that shipwrecked anchor Pokemon. You have Lucario, Granbull, Alolan Executor, Scyther, Scizor. You have all these really good Pokemon on this one island, and then plus that with the repeats on the island is very, 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 very weird. But I mean, at the same time, you know, you can't really, I don't know. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I would kind of wish that Island 4, Poni Island, I wish that a couple of the Pokemon that we actually get to see new on this island, like Jangmo and Dratini, were on like similar like Akala or Ulaula, because most likely Jangmo is going to be one of those evolution or Pokemon evolution lines that end up having like you have to be like level 50 5 or maybe 60 something to evolve into. And I mean, at the same time, I'm pretty sure the EXP all, that shouldn't be really hard at all. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it still counts. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much be it. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are enjoying these videos, be sure to go to each of them. Be sure to like the video. Like I said, we have a week. We have a fucking week before Sun and Moon. I'm doing this to basically just build up some hype for everybody, but it's hype for myself, because I don't want to be that guy, but I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. I got some plans for the channel, and hopefully you guys will be watching me, including whoever your favorite YouTuber is. And I just appreciate any support that comes through in the way. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Let me know in the comment section below any teams that you guys have built off of these videos, like this, even this video. Let me know what your team is from the past several videos that we've had. But with that being said, I'm out, y'all. Goodbye. I'm out.